So my name's Sara Coleman. I am a second year trainee at LCF Law. This is my third seat. I'm in the private client department at the moment. And yeah, I've been here just over a year and a half. LCF offered a really structured training programme. We've got the 4 departments, and it was very much every 6 months we would rotate. Obviously there's the business need side of things, but it was a really supportive, structured programme, and that's what led me to apply to LCF. So I was a paralegal prior to starting my training contract. So I actually worked in property. So I previously did residential conveyancing, and then when I joined LCF prior to starting my training contract, I was a paralegal in the real estate department. I love the idea of helping people. People don't come to a law firm really if everything's going well in life. So having the opportunity to help people navigate a really difficult time in their life, I find hugely rewarding. I also find it challenging, and I like a challenge. So I think that combined with, being able to meet people and help them is what I want to do. The thing I'm enjoying most about my training contract is the varied areas that I've got to experience. So I first started corporate, then I went into commercial disputes, and now I'm in private client. And I think I'm getting a really rounded training contract, which is really useful because you can consider areas to qualify into that you might not have thought about previously, and different people within the department. So you can work with someone that's just newly qualified, and you can do work that you will be going into if you qualified there. And at the same time, you're attending mediations, you're going to court, you're working alongside senior partners. I think everything's so varied, and because I'd done the LPC and I've been a paralegal, I didn't think the jump to a training contract would be as big as it was. I think the rotating seats every 6 months, you just get comfortable, you finally understand everything that you're doing, and then you go to a different area. So you're constantly learning, and whilst you're learning, you're also trying to impress. So I think I didn't appreciate how much of a toll it would take to actually put that into practice. I think the biggest thing is experience as much as you can. I volunteered at my local court when I was at uni. I did as much work experience as I could to make sure that I was going to qualify eventually into something I actually wanted to do. So I think getting experience is invaluable, and just not giving up. There's times where on the LPC, after a long day's work, you don't want to go home and study, but it is worth it, and it's just pushing through the hard days. When I was doing my commercial dispute seat, sometimes when there's a lot of court deadlines, it can all feel quite overwhelming, whereas everybody in the team all helped each other out. I never felt like I was on my own to deal with the court deadlines. There was always a really good support system, and if for whatever reason someone was on holiday, there was always someone that was happy to help and step in. Even if it wasn't their file, even if it wasn't their case, they would brief themselves to be able to help me. And on those days where you did feel a little bit stressed, someone always stepped in to kind of take the pressure and help you whenever on your own. LCF has a really nice feel to it. You go to different offices. We've got 4 offices. I can go to the Bradford office, and when I walk in, everyone's like, "Hi Sara, how are you?" and you're treated as a person. LCF really respects and value our mental health, our mental well-being. We have a lot of well-being initiatives, and we do a lot of things as a firm that make it so friendly that you can approach everybody in the firm, even if you've only really communicated via Teams. When you do meet them, everyone's so lovely. So yeah, it's a really friendly atmosphere. working alongside other trainees is invaluable to me. So in this seat, for example, I'm with somebody in the exact same position that I'm in, and it's really helpful because we can bounce ideas off each other. If there's a question that you don't necessarily want to go and ask your supervisor, but you want to just check that you're on the right track, having a trainee there is just so helpful. It also means that because we've all got slightly different backgrounds, they can bring a new angle. If I'm thinking a certain way, they can bring a suggestion of something I've not even thought of. But also just having that support of knowing that you can go to them and they can feel however we're feeling. 9 times out of 10, it's all exactly the same. So it's just really helpful. And then that combined with having your supervisors, it just means that you are incredibly supported, whether that's really formally structured or whether it's more of an informal basis.